Bien, vamos a darle al Tears of Rise. Ahora sí, después de levelear y demás, es hora de partirle su madre a ese güey. Hoy no me voy sin matarlo. Venimos.
Something feels odd here. Be on your guard.
Es por aquí. Vamos.
Hey, let's stop for a minute.
What's up? You already tired?
My armor's pretty heavy. I think I need a little rest.
I second that. All of this walking is starting to take its toll on me as well.
What? You don't look it.
We can't spare the time. There's places we need to be. Mahag Saar's capital, Niez, is our destination right now.
But if one of us collapses, it will only serve to slow us down. And in your case, Alphen is the only one who could carry you. Best to rest while you have the opportunity.
Enough already! I need a break, so we're taking one.
I don't need you fretting over me.
Fretting? Hey, it's not like I'm...
El Alfen siempre preocupándose por Shion. Y ahí viene.
Been looking for you.
For me, why?
Madres.
Come on, you gruesome son of a bitch. Come to me.
said you were looking for me. Why?
Beautiful, precious life.
What the...
That is all I desire.
Then why are we fighting? Who even are you?
Shine!
Regenerate! Here I go! I'm only getting started!
You're mine! Who the hell are you? Bastard!
Hola, Nina.
Not normal!
Tales of Arise.
Unbelievable.
You mean he even surpasses a lord? Here's the flame of fury! Blaze of fear! Pierce evil! Freeze blazer! Guardian down!
I'm ready to go!
Oh, no. Aguanta. No. Play 5. Ouch. Life for...
Freeze blazer! Here's a healing art!
This is some punishment.
You'll pay for that! Rising Wyvern!
No, está muy fuerte a pesar de que lo debería.
I'll take you all on.
Déjasela caer. 3500.
And just like that, I'm back in it. Start by holding the front line. No sooner fell than done.
No lo paramos con nada.
Shield.
¿Y ahora qué? Oh, cinemática. Madres, pinche Alfen. Bájale. Entra el quite. Pinche low, te pararon en seco. Nada más. Wow. Oh, toma tu escudo. Verde, está muy fuerte este cabrón. Ole. Madres, pobre Ringwell. Pobre Ringwell. Sí, sálvala. No lo vas a matar. Vamos, Alfen, rífate. No, ese güey está muy roto.
Son of a bitch!
Ouch. No, pues está bueno, Nina, está muy bueno, está muy bueno. Ve nada más.
Very well.
Le van a romper la máscara. Pero ni siquiera le dio. Ah, no, sí le dio. Dale, Shione. No, ya vale madre. Shione solo no va a poder. Qué buen madrazo. Órale, ya se está rompiendo su máscara. No, no mames. No mames.
Ya valió madres entonces, ya valió, ¿escuchaste pinche dinosaurio? Ya valió, verga, valió.
Y ahí nada más vino a hacer su desmadre y ya se fue el cabrón.
Shion,
No, Shion.
God, please.
Ya valió, a ver.
Alfen?
Shion.
Thanks, but you're kinda crushing me.
Sorry.
It's
Está bien.
okay. And so am I.
Se va a curar ella sola. Qué hardcore. Ay, no pude No, pues qué bueno que esto se acabó así porque no le estaba bajando
It's
nada de
not as
vida.
bad as it looks.
Not bad. That's... Shion, we thought
I'm
you were...
fine. Really.
Damn it. No,
What the hell were you thinking?
Well, you were trying to protect me too, you know.
Yeah, but I have the sword. It's different.
It's not different. Besides, Never mind. It's nothing. Anyway, thank you.
Thank you.
But I didn't... Look, I'm just glad that you're...
You're okay. Está recordando. ¿Qué recordaste? Tienen un pasado en común.
Alphen?
Tú fuiste el que le puso el maleficio.
That guy said he'd be back. I think maybe we should get moving before he returns, right?
Rinwell has a good point. We need to go. Shion, are you sure you're okay?
Shion, are you sure you're okay?
Yeah, I already applied some healing arts to it. It didn't even leave a scar.
But his sword went nearly straight through you.
I'm all right. Unless I've turned into some kind of ghost and I'm haunting you all right now.
No, I know you're not. It's just...
Look, I appreciate you looking out for me, but I'm fine. Really.
There was also that strange light that appeared when Shion was stabbed. It seemed to make the enemy retreat when he saw it. Alphen, do you have any idea what it might have been?
A light? I don't know. I was kind of preoccupied with other things at the time.
Now that I think of it, between that light and the blazing sword, just what sort of person are you, Alphen? Can you use Danon astral arts like Rinwell, perhaps?
He wouldn't know, Dohalim. He doesn't have any memories from his past, remember? Besides, we should really be getting out of here.
I suppose you're right. Forgive me. We've almost reached Nias, the capital of Mahag Saar. With any luck, we'll find a place there for Shion to rest. Hey.
Pero vos ardilla. ¿Qué onda con esto? A ver. Vos ardilla. Ardilla. No. Chin. A ver. Voz ardilla. Voz ardilla. No, no, sí. Bueno, tendré que activar otra vez. Bueno. No es como que alguien lo vaya a usar ahorita, ¿verdad? Vamos. Ay, no. Ok, a ver.
How are you holding up after that last fight? You're not too hurt, are you?
I'm fine, really. See for yourself.
If things get too tough out there, go ahead and fall back. I can take a beating if I need to.
I'm not here just to stand around and have everyone protect me.
I get that, but there's nothing wrong with admitting you have weaknesses too.
Do I look like I'm just trying to put on a brave face to you?
I can't feel pain, but you still can, can't you?
Look, I appreciate you're trying to look out for me, but even you go down in fights from time to time. Please, stop trying to babysit me. It's getting old.
It's not that. I just...
Como que hay una cosa, ¿no? Sale. Ah, no, ya llegamos. Ay, no puede ser tan corto, está el camino. Yes. Ah, chinga, está destruido.
Are we in the right place? This place looks like a mess.
Yes, this is Niez, the capital of Mahag Saar.
I don't see any signs of people. And the buildings.
Yeah, this doesn't seem like the kind of place people would actually live.
No soldiers, no Danans, not a soul to be seen. Yet look at these facades. This is clearly a Renan district.
Hey, check out that drawing on the castle gate. That's the Darkwing's crest.
Otra vez Darkwings.
It's from an old Danan legend about a hero who defeated an evil king with a torch and their trusty owl. That's his crest. I'm sure of it.
Really? First time I'm hearing it. So if someone drew it on the gate...
It must mean the Renans have lost control of the city.
Are you suggesting the Danans rose up and defeated the Lord here? Hard to believe, but not entirely unthinkable, given the evidence.
Let's look around and see if we can find someone. They might be able to tell us what happened. This is horrible.
Is there truly no one here?
All of these ruins look like they were made pretty recently.
But if that's the case, then where do you think the people that used to live here went off to? There must have been Danans and Renans, right?
That's a good question. Even if the Danans rebelled and managed to overthrow the Renans here, there should still be some people around.
This debris... Do you think it could be the work of Renan astral arts?
Perhaps, but the appearance of these ruins is rather uniform, which leads me to believe otherwise.
Hey, Rinwell. That story you told us about the Dark Wings, it said that the evil king was vanquished with a holy flame, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Then there might be some truth to that old story after all. It looks like all the rubble here had been scarred by flames.
Let's not jump to any conclusions just yet. If we can find someone around here, we might be able to get them to tell us what happened.
Sé que... Bueno, ¿qué dicen?
Halim, you forgot to take care of the fire yesterday.
What do you mean, take care of? Ah, yes. You meant to put it out?
Yep. If it stays lit, we could end up in real trouble real fast.
I see. I apologize for not realizing that. I shall be more careful in the future.
More
The
careful.
way he's talking, it's like the thought of putting it out himself never even occurred to him.
Moving on, Dohalim, I should mention that the clasp for your cape is about to come undone.
Oh yes, I tried to fix that myself, but it simply refused to cooperate with me.
I can't believe I'm hearing this. Are you telling me Renans can't even dress themselves?
Lords like Dohalim have attendants that take care of just about everything they need, so I'm not surprised he sometimes struggles with the basics.
Even by those standards, you've got to admit this is still a little extreme.
Shion has got a point. I mean, you don't see Renans like her needing so much help to get stuff done.
In my case, circumstances forced me to learn how to be independent. Even so, I still think Dohalim could afford to pick up a few more self-sufficient skills.
Well, specifically speaking, what would you suggest that I learn?
For starters, I think it'd be good for you to learn how to dress. And put on shoes. How to comb your hair is equally important. And learning to manage your possessions better. And then from there...
She sounds like his mom rattling all that off.
Oh, and another thing. About your owl, Rinwell.
What is it?
When he starts to molt, would you be willing to give me his old feathers? I think I could find a use for them.
What do you intend to do with those?
Well, recently, I haven't been sleeping well. However, I hear pillows made from owl feathers are very comfortable and wish to make one.
Okay.
This is why I hate you, Renans!
Did I say something offensive?
Next time, put your own needs aside for a second and think about how someone might react first. Then consider if it's worth asking at all.
Ok, a ver. Pues esto luce muy raro. Pareciera que la batalla empezó justo en el camino. No tiene mucho la batalla. Vamos a investigar. Un puerco para comer. ¿Dónde estás? ¿Dónde estás, búho? Oh, debe de haber un búho aquí cerca, pero no lo veo. Ok, está cerca. Ah, ya te vi.
Look, Hoodle! One of your buddies!
A ver, podré entrar por aquí. No, tiene seguro. Ok, por aquí no era. No, no se puede entrar aquí. Pues voy a darle la vuelta.
What are those out in the valley? Windmills? They're huge.
They're most likely used to harvest wind astral energy, so they have to be big.
A ver, pues este pueblo es el pueblo del viento. Esperaba algo distinto, pero nunca me dejo de sorprender de lo que encuentro en este tipo de juegos. A ver, algo va a pasar aquí. Todos ustedes, deténganse de ahí, no se muevan. Who the fuck?
They have us surrounded.
Nos tienen rodeados.
Who are you?
¿Quiénes son
Where
ustedes?
did you come from?
¿De dónde vienen?
You first.
Ustedes
Show
primero,
yourself.
muéstrense.
I'm the one asking the
Soy el
questions
primero que
here.
está,
Don't
yo soy
try
el que está
anything
preguntando.
funny. One
No
wrong
intenten algo,
move, and I guarantee we'll blow you
un
away.
movimiento, los destruiremos. Un movimiento y los destruiremos. ¿Qué estás haciendo?
My name is Alphen.
Mi nombre es
I
Alphen.
came here from Calaglia.
Vengo de Canaglia.
Alphen,
Alphen,
the wielder of the blazing
el
sword.
que usa la espada llameante.
Getting pretty famous, isn't he?
Muy famoso, ¿no?
Here is my proof.
Aquí está mi prueba.
Will that suffice?
Eso será
Do I
suficiente.
have to burn down one of those houses to make
O
my
debo de
point?
quemar una de esas casas para poner mi
No
punto.
need.
No,
I believe you.
lo necesario te creo.
I'm Bayfong of
Soy
the
Bayfong,
Darkwings.
de
Sorry
las
for threatening to blow you
Darkwings.
away.
Perdonen
We're still
por
hunting down the
amenazarlos.
remnants of the enemy forces.
Estamos
So
cazando lo que
everyone's
queda
more
de
than
los
a bit
enemigos.
on edge right now.
Así que todos estamos al
Please
límite.
forgive me.
Por favor, perdóname.
Remaining? Wait,
Los que quedan
you mean you already took down the lord of this realm?
That's
significa
right.
que ya le
We took her
derrotaron
weapons
al
and turned
señor
them
de
right
aquí.
back on her.
Tomamos
Are
sus
you the
armas y
Danon
lo
leader here in
derrotamos.
Niaz?
Nah, I'm
No.
just one of the commanders.
Solo soy uno de los
Deadheim's the one who
comandantes.
runs the show.
Denim
I'd be
es el
happy
que
to
ron.
take you to him. Just one
Estaría
problem.
feliz de llevarlos con usted, pero solo un problema.
The Renans.
Los Renans.
Seems the rumors you were running with them were true.
Parece que los rumores de que ibas con unos son ciertos.
You do understand, right?
¿Entiendes,
I
verdad?
mean, we only just liberated the city from their kind.
Apenas nos liberamos de
Everyone's
ellos.
short on trust. And for
Nadie
good
confía en
reason,
ellos.
especially Deadheim.
Y por
I
una
think it'd
razón
be best if
apenas.
those two waited outside.
Así que lo mejor será que ellos esperen afuera.
Not going to happen.
No va a pasar eso.
I don't think it's a good idea for us to split up. It's too
No
dangerous.
es buena idea separarnos, es muy peligroso.
Then it's on your head, friend.
Entonces es su cabeza.
Our base is that way.
Nuestra base está de aquel lado.
You could have left me behind, you know.
Podrías haberme dejado
This
atrás,
isn't
¿sabes?
just about you,
Esto no
Dohalim.
es sobre ti, Dohalim.
Yes.
Oh, sí, tienes razón.
I guess even after you beat the Renans, your work's only really just begun, huh?
Yeah. This place seems like it's got a lot of issues to fix.
¿Podré entrar? No creo. Sí, tiene protección. ¿Qué hay aquí? Un pollito. Sale. Pues vamos a ver qué pasa aquí adentro.
So you're
Así que
Elfin,
tú eres
are ya?
alfa, ¿no?
Thought you'd be bigger.
Pensé que serías más grande.
Huh. Guess the armor beefs you up a bit.
Parece que esa armadura te da un poco más de presencia.
You've got a lot of people talking, you know.
Tienes a mucha gente
But in
hablando de
this
ti.
town,
En este
I call
pueblo.
the shots.
Pero en este pueblo,
You play by my rules here.
yo aplico
Just
las
remember
reglas.
that.
Así que recuérdalo.
Gotta say, I didn't expect you to
decirlo.
run with a gang of women and
No
kids.
esperaba que trajeras un
Those
grupo
other
de
lords
mujeres y
must be
niños.
real pushovers, huh?
Esos lords deben de ser muy debiluchos.
Are you
¿En serio?
this rude to everyone you meet?
Es tan grosero
Don't
con los que
interrupt me.
conoces. No me
Did your
interrumpas.
parents teach you any manners?
¿Tus padres no te enseñaron modales?
So you're the one who took down the lord of this realm, huh?
Así que tú eres el que derrocó al señor de aquí.
We just swiped the Renan's explosives.
Apenas
And then we
derrotamos a los...
blasted them all to hell and back.
Los mandamos a volar.
That's a pretty bold
Explosivos.
approach.
Es
But how'd you
un
manage to avoid
ataque.
hurting your own people?
I
Como
didn't, that's
evitaste
how.
destruir
The
a tu
chance to
propia gente.
take out a lord was worth the sacrifice.
Pero así fue como el sacrificio valió la pena.
And the Lord?
Y el
What did
Lord,
this sacrifice earn you?
¿qué te dio el
Fortunately,
sacrificio?
we couldn't manage to finish her off.
Desafortunadamente no
Now
pudimos
we've
terminarla.
really got the girl on the run.
Pero está huyendo.
A
¿Ella
lord?
huyó?
Yeah,
¿Un
the
lord?
lady was just
Sí.
a coward.
Fue tan
She
cobarde
had a whole lot more bark than
que
bite.
fue
that's
más
for sure.
ladridos que
She's
mordidas.
probably hiding off in a hole somewhere.
Estoy seguro que está ocultándose en alguna parte.
Long.
Pero no, no por mucho.
We'll find her and drag her right back into town.
La
Then
encontraremos y
she'll
la
get
traeremos
what's
aquí.
coming to her.
Y recibirá lo que se
I
merece.
wouldn't be so sure.
No estaría tan
She may
segura.
run, but she'll never go quiet.
Shut up,
Tal
Bright
vez se
Eyes.
va, pero no pero regresará.
I would run you through already if you
Cállate,
brought the
hojas
blazing sword
brillosas.
here.
The whole reason
Si
you're
vuelves a
fighting is
hablar.
to free the Danons in this realm, is it not? If so,
Shut your
then...
mouth, witch, that's enough!
Cierra tu boca,
If you're
bruja.
really fighting for us Danons,
Si en verdad están peleando por
why
nosotros
keep
los
these
Danans,
bastards around?
¿por qué tener
Why
estos
haven't you
bastardos?
killed them already?
¿Por qué no los han
I'm
matado?
not going to kill these bastards.
No voy a matar a estos bastardos.
Is that the case?
Entonces, en ese caso,
Tell me the point of this show.
dime el punto de este show.
They're my friends.
Son mis amigos.
Friends?
¿Tus
Renans are
amigos?
Renans.
Los Renans son Renans.
Son bastards who've been
Esos
raiding our
malditos
souls
bastardos
for
nos han
300 years
destruido
now.
por 300 años.
But you know that.
Tú lo sabes.
Maybe it's 'cause you and that little lady are friends and more.
Tal vez porque tú y ella son más que amigos. Oh, qué buen madrazo.
Son of a... You'll pay for that!
That's enough!
Eso es suficiente.
Deadeye. You know that was completely uncalled
Sabes
for.
que eso no era necesario.
All of you, get the hell
Todos
out of my
ustedes
realm.
sálganse de mi
Don't ever
reino
come back.
y nunca
This
regresen.
is Tannin's realm and it's
Este es el
ours,
reino de los Danes
understand?
y es nuestro, ¿entendieron?
I call
Yo
the shots
pongo las
here,
reglas aquí.
and I make the rules.
Yo soy Team,
I do, Deadeye.
el líder de los Darkwings.
Yeah! Deadime! Liberator Deadime! You are the true leader of this
Tú
realm!
eres el verdadero
We're not
líder de
afraid
este
of any
reino.
bright eyes!
No le tenemos
It's only a
miedo a
matter of
ninguno.
time before I throw every last bright eye out of this realm.
The Darkwings! The Darkwings rule!
Tan corta va a ser nuestra visita a este nuevo lugar.
Hey, wait up!
Hey, esperen.
Told you so, didn't I?
Te lo dije,
You should have
¿verdad?
left your Renan pals outside.
Debes dejar a tus
You don't
Renans
agree
fuera.
with him, do you?
No tienes, no
I can
estás de
tell
acuerdo
by
con
the
él.
look on your face in there.
Lo veo
That's
con
how
tus
things are
ojos.
with him. He loses
Así
his
son
temper.
las cosas.
Then I
Pierde
step in
su
and calm things
temperamento.
down.
Better
Y
you
yo tengo
than
que
me.
detenerlo. Mejor tú que
If
yo.
that's all, I
Si eso
think
es
it's
todo.
past time we were going.
Look, I
Momento
just
de que
wanted
nos
to
vayamos.
apologize for what Deadime said in there.
Solo quiero disculparme por lo que dijo Deadeye.
At least somebody's got some manners around
Pero al
here.
menos alguien
He
tiene
didn't used to be like that.
modales.
But
Él no
well,
era
that's
así,
what losing most of your loved ones will do to a man.
pero al perder a tanta
He
gente
may
que ha
never
amado,
forgive the Renans.
lo ha convertido así. Jamás perdonará a los
It's a little
Renans.
ironic how indistinguishable his manner is to that of a lord.
Es increíble que su comportamiento
Hey,
sea tan
Bayfon?
diferente a
Deadeye mentioned the Lord is still on the
lo de
run.
un
Any
lord.
ideas where she might be?
We looked all over, but found no traces of her. We heard some rumblings about activity in Estaluva Forest, but that's it.
Estaluva, huh?
Wait, you're not going after her, are you? Certainly won't win you any favors with Deadime.
This isn't Deadime's war, and we're certainly not fighting it for him. Besides, it's like Shion said, her type isn't going to go quietly.
Hey, it's your funeral. Don't say I didn't warn you.
We'll be sure to keep you out of it. Before we set out, though, is there anywhere around here we can rest?
Pero antes
Sure,
de irnos,
building at the end of the road, opposite
el
side.
último
It's all
edificio
yours.
es suyo.
We use it as temporary lodging, to house people who don't have a new place to live quite yet.
We're not going to run into any trouble there, are we?
Rumors of a certain fiery sword have spread fast. I doubt anyone will be eager to give you guys problems.
No contaría
And
con
here's
que
where I
estamos
say
en
my
paz.
farewell. You're on your own, but good hunting.
Before you go, how come you don't hate the Renans as well?
Oh, believe me, I've got my bone to pick with the Renans. Just not with two of them I've never so much as laid eyes on before.
Let's head on over to that lodge. We'll figure out what our next move is there.
I think there's someone in trouble here.
Misión secundaria, ¿no? ¿Por qué todos son tan cobardes? Si no nos encargamos de eso, las cosas nunca van a cambiar.
What's wrong?
¿Qué está pasando? Los Eagles. Eso es lo que pasa. Una variedad muy común, para ser específicos. Los rumores dicen que esta era la especie favorita de Lord. Así que algunas personas tienen miedo a acercarse a ellos. Ok, puedo entender sus dudas y su temor. Si los necesitan derrotados, nosotros podríamos acabar con ellos. Oh, detente. No quiero lo que les termines. Si pudieras traer algunos materiales de ellos, sería genial. ¿Quieres que obtengamos las partes de Seagulls? ¿Para qué? ¿Qué estás construyendo? No construyendo, estudiando. Puede demostrar que incluso una temida y peligrosa Seagull puede ser utilizado para hacer una gran herramienta. Eso motivará a la gente a cazarlos más. No podemos esperar que gente como ustedes vengan a arreglar nuestros problemas. Así que estás tratando de que se vuelvan autosuficientes. Eso es muy bueno.
Hey.
¿Qué te parece de estos materiales? Oh, sí, esos son suficientes. ¿Podrían traérmelos? Pues ya. Entonces la misión ya está cumplida. Sale.
Not this way, I guess.
I get the feeling Deadeye signed up to be a rebel, so he could have a roost to rule. Heck, he's no better than a lord. In some ways, he's even worse.
I know. How could he use explosives on his own people?
And yet, despite the toll of his actions, none of the Danans we've seen seem to question his assumed authority in the least. If anything, they may well consider him a hero, which would say a great deal toward how deeply they resented the Renans here.
Still, I don't think this is as simple as saying the good guys won out over the bad ones.
Yeah, I don't either. Deadeye might have managed to drive the Renans out of Niaz, but that doesn't make the way he did it okay. No matter which way you look at it.
A victory that's earned by throwing away the lives of his own people? No, that isn't a victory at all. I can understand that the Danans here are standing up against their oppression, but that doesn't mean they have to humiliate all Renans just to settle the score.
I'm perfectly able to stand up for myself, Alphen. Besides, I'm used to it by...
But you shouldn't have to be, Shion. It's just... What I mean to say is... When you've been a slave for so long, it's easy to accept that's how it should be because it's all you've ever known. Constantly being belittled is no different. I don't think that's fair. For me or for you.
I just don't know, man.
Don't know what?
Deadeye managed to drive out a real live Renan lord. That's incredible. And he seems to have a lot of supporters surrounding him too. But he's got an attitude worse than any angry Zoogle. Plus, Niaz is in utter ruins. I don't have a clue what his game is.
The Renans are powerful. And because of that, it takes a strong leader to have any hope of toppling them. However, when you take down one dictator only to replace them with another, ultimately it's just business as usual.
If it'd been Zephyr instead of Deadeye, I don't think things would have turned out like this.
Rinwell.
Yeah, I think so too. Zephyr did things differently top to bottom. He's not the kind of person who would have forced his own views or decisions on other people. When you do that, you're ruling over others, not leading them.
To be honest, I don't know what I would have wanted my dad to do if he was in that position.
Law.
The whole thing feels weird in a way. It's a weird kind of feeling, but at the same time, part of me also feels happy? Deadeye and my dad are two very different men. For now, I'm content knowing that.
The city is liberated, and yet the air still hums with fear and anxiety. It reminds me all too well of how Vicente once was.
Hums? You mean like music?
Yeah, none of this sounds like music to my ears. In fact, I've never seen any Danans with musical instruments in my life.
You don't need instruments to play music. It can emerge naturally from the sounds of people going about their day and the hustle and bustle of life.
You seem to care a lot about music, Dohalim. I didn't know that about you.
Have I not mentioned it? Before I was a candidate for the lordship, I had my heart set on the life of a musician.
You? A musician?
Indeed, music enriches the world around us. I trained day and night to hone my art. Words could not describe my bliss, as my notes carried with them the sights and sounds of nature, the ebb and flow of time, and the thoughts of people on the wind.
Dohalim.
Forgive me. My loquaciousness can get the best of me at times.
Don't apologize. It's interesting hearing what Renan culture is like.
Even though the Renans destroyed all of our arts and culture.
Personally, I was interested in the music of Dana as well. The fact that generations of lords deemed music to be of no use to their slaves and outright forbade the ownership of instruments is lamentable. Not that my words can undo the damage already done.
Vamos a descansar.
I hear a voice. Somebody's asking for help.
Hopefully it's nothing that'll be too hard to deal.
Ojalá se pudiera hacer algo más aquí.
Oh, yeah?
¿De qué estás hablando? Nuestras raciones. Siempre tenemos poco. No tenemos lo suficiente para estar cómodos. Podremos encargarnos de obtener arroz, papas, carne y algunas especias.
How's this? Great!
Yes.
Ok, nos dieron una...
Real. What?
Yes.
Bueno.
All right. Right.
Really?
What?
Huh?
All right.
Yes.
Over there.
Huh?
Yes.
Ok, nos está entrenando a cocinar.
Huh.
All right.
By the by, Shion, if you don't mind my asking, would you be willing to share what sort of clothes are currently in fashion on Rena sometime?
Sure. As long as you call me Captain.
Sir, yes, sir, Captain Shion.
I was just joking. Kinda has a nice ring to it, though.
You can never be too prepared. But did we have to spend so much?
That Deadeye creep certainly has a few screws loose, that's for sure.
Forget that guy. Right now, we need to discuss how we're going to proceed.
What's there to discuss? Deadeye and his crew have already brought down the Lord here. Just let them finish her off.
I want to go after her.
I second that. I think it's the best thing to do right now. We don't know if the Darkwings have what it takes to beat her. I'm worried what'll happen if we leave her to her own devices.
You make a good point, Rinwell. And maybe I'm just being overconfident, but between us and them, I think we have a better chance at defeating her.
I have to agree. This realm isn't going to be truly safe as long as that Lord is still running around out there. We need to act.
Fine by me. But isn't Deadeye just gonna take all the credit once we're done?
Our job is to break down the walls that oppress Dana. What he chooses to build in their place, that's his problem. For now, we'll head to this Esta forest Bayfon told us about. Whatever we decide to do, though, we should take some time to rest first. We've barely stopped since Menancia. Where are you going?
¿A dónde vas?
Alphen.
Alphen,
You should get some rest.
deberes de descansar.
What's got you up at this hour?
¿Qué te tiene tan despierta a esta hora?
Just let me be for a minute,
Solo déjame estar
okay?
un poco.
Why don't you go back to
¿Por
the
qué no
inn?
vas a tu cuarto?
I will when you do.
Lo haré cuando tú lo hagas.
Have it your way.
No, bueno, haz lo que quieras.
Shion,
Chill.
the Lord's days
Los
are
lords.
numbered. I haven't
Día de los
forgotten, I'll
numbered.
promise.
Están contados. No lo he olvidado. Lo prometo.
You can trust me, you know.
Puedes confiar en
Maybe
mí,
even
¿lo sabes?
lean on me a little.
También contar conmigo un poco, si lo quieres.
And if I say I will,
Y si digo
will
que
you
lo haré,
finally give it a rest?
¿por fin podrás dejar eso?
Yeah,
Oh,
of course.
por supuesto.
Try to get some rest.
Hasta descansar, ¿ok?
Okay.
What was all that about?
¿Qué habla ahora?
So we're just going to check things out, right? In whatever that forest is called.
Estaluva Forest. Next time, pay attention.
Debe ser por aquí. Estaluva Forest. This is Estaluva Forest. Valley of the Four Winds, Mahag Saar. Okay.
Ah! Got sand in my eyes!
The winds are strong here. Mind yourselves.
Ugh, even the inside of my mouth is all sandy.
Hoodle, don't get blown away, okay?
Ay, otra vez este cuate.
Oh?
No, es el cocinero de nuevo.
Yes!
Sí, recuerdo. Lo recuerdo. Es la jovencita que siempre se está muriendo de hambre. No te había visto desde el de Menancia. Tú siempre es el que estás con hambre. Entiendo que tendrás otra receta para nuestros viajes.
Very nice.
No, claro que sí.
Is that so?
¿Quién es él? Es Gurteno. Viaja alrededor de Tana en búsqueda de nuevas, ¿cómo se dice? En búsqueda de nuevas recetas.
You don't say.
Oh.
How? I see.
Hey!
Bueno.
Sure.
No importa mucho la práctica de aquí.
Well?
Yes!
Oh.
What?
All right. No.
Sure.
Real.
Yes! What?
What?
It's...
Well, that was a huge miscalculation.
Yet you've drained your glass all the same.
The winds outside the capital are blowing as strongly as ever.
You can definitely see why people call this place the Valley of the Four Winds.
Indeed, Mahag Saar is the realm of wind, just as Ganeth Heros is for water.
Earth, water, fire, wind, light, and darkness. Rena is aligned to darkness, leaving each realm one element each.
Is that because some elements are easier to gather in certain areas than others?
That is certainly possible, but I suspect the biggest reason is to prevent the lords from squabbling over resources.
Funny. You would think infighting would come naturally to an elite class vying for a crown.
True, but the Renans rule as a minority. Fighting ourselves would just be destructive. Though, as you saw in Menancia, any abstention from fighting is merely a facade.
In the end, you all get usurped whether you like it or not.
That may be true, but something tells me that this time is different.
We have to catch up to the Lord first if we want answers. Let's keep moving.
Bueno, ya vamos. Vamos a enfrentar a estos nuevos enemigos.
Let's dispose of the trash.
I shall ensure you survive this.
Tiger Blade! These ones can run rings around us.
Dance on the wind.
Here I come!
Too fast! Stand back. I'll trip it up. I'll turn you into dust.
Going in!
Demon Fang!
Tiger Blade!
Demon Fang!
It's over!
Do it! Astral Energy!
Say no more!
On your knees.
Look shot! Gemini Aqua! Annihilate! Look shot! Gravitas Field!
Rising Wyvern! On your side! Stardust!
Make it rain! Astral Energy!
Say no more!
Barely a blip on our radar.
Retreat if you know what's good for you.
Rising Wyvern!
Going in!
You're finished!
Bloody Howling! Here's Eagle!
Devastation!
Freeze Blade! Airborne Beast!
Rising Wyvern!
Tiger
No
Blade!
escape! Stardust!
Water!
Why can't they just sit still?
Sia, can you take care of them?
No sooner said than done!
Demon Fang! Here I
Make
come!
it rain!
Kisara! Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone!
Did it!
Yeah! Nice technique! Back into the
You're
fray!
mine!
Make it rain!
Totally! In an instant!
Impact Claw!
Looks like we got them all. Somehow, things are even worse outside the city than they are inside.
Yeah. It's all ruined. Houses and everything else.
Even if it was all in the name of beating the Renans, this is... No choice! You're mine!
Get behind me!
Try harder! No escape! Take this!
Take it! Dance on the wind!
You're mine!
Bathed in blood. Prepare to be sealed on the
You're
fleet of
mine!
foot. Actually, down is more
Pierce
appropriate.
in here!
No
Less talking,
further.
more doing!
You're mine!
I'm ready! Tiger Blade! This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
See you continue on in that vein.
Yes, my lady?
Something you wanted to say?
Kisara! Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone!
We managed to pull through.
otros de estos. Malditos.
That's far enough! Here I come! Rising warrior! Not in your dreams! Here goes!
Resonate with the earth!
It's a duel of the arts!
Double demon fang!
Make it ready! This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
See you continue on in that vein.
Yes, my lady?
Something you wanted to say?
The enemy wields our
Make it ready! Listen, this ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
Like we're gonna lose to small fry.
What is that ring of rocks over there for? They don't look like they formed naturally to me.
Oh yeah. Funny, I guess I've gotten used to weird rock formations. They didn't even register as being out of the ordinary.
Most likely, they were brought over by us Renans when we first invaded the planet.
Wait, those? So does that mean there's some kind of machine then? And if so, what in the world were they even used for?
To manipulate the properties of Dana's astral energy.
Really?
Think about it. Isn't it strange that the type of energy each realm collects is so fixed? Astral energy by nature isn't meant to skew towards one element or another so heavily.
So the Renans reformed it for the crown contest.
Sounds like the crazy thing a Renan would do.
Renans these days are more advanced than Danans in some ways, but even they don't seem capable of doing something on that grand a scale. Or is that something that's possible on Lenegis? Or maybe the Renan homeworld?
I can't claim to know everything about my own kind, but I myself have never seen anything that would be capable of such a drastic feat.
But at some point they did just that. Those are the sort of people we're up against. We should do our best not to forget that.
You're so amazing, Kisara. You can cook, you can fix weapons. I feel like there's practically nothing you can't do.
Maybe you should take a page out of her book and learn to make yourself more useful then.
I'd be happy to teach you if you want, Rinwell. I learned most everything I know from my brother.
Really? Even how to sew and do laundry?
Yes, indeed. He knew how to do anything.
Sounds like he was a pretty handy guy when he was alive.
He was. I'd always follow him around and badger him with questions. I was a real pain in the neck. Now that I think about it, he and Legil were the ones who taught me how to raise cats, too.
Legil is that woman who was with him in the Gold Dust Cats, right? I remember now. The one with the really pretty hair.
Funny you mention that. He also taught me how to maintain my hair. Not that those lessons stopped it from getting all tangled up during training.
I think it still looks gorgeous.
From what I can tell, it would appear as though the only thing he didn't manage to teach you was how to apply makeup.
No, but that didn't stop him from trying. He really wanted to teach me everything. Only reason he couldn't was because I prioritized my training.
And here I was trying to make a joke.
I can't tell if she's being serious. The only one here who knows him well enough was her.
Yeah, I guess only Miguel could have told us if it's actually true.
Alphen, have you been washing your clothes? It may not be my place to say this, but... frankly, they're starting to stink.
Now that you mention it, it has been a while since I did any laundry.
I'll wash them for you if you want. Just remember to give them to me the next time you get changed.
Oh, okay. Sure. Thanks, Kisara.
And, Law, Rinwell, yours are starting to look a bit ragged.
What do you expect? Of course they're going to tear up when we're out there fighting so much.
Yeah, but it's still kind of embarrassing, having it pointed out like this.
And Shion?
I wouldn't touch me if I were you.
Of course. My apologies. All I wanted to say was that your sleeves are getting a little bit dirty.
You don't need to worry so much, Kisara. It's only natural our clothes are gonna get a little dirty while we're traveling around.
That's no excuse. Your outward appearance says a lot about your inner well-being.
Now you've really set her off.
Suffice to say, it would appear that the traditions of the Guard are still alive and well within her.
What do you mean? What do the Guardsmen do that's so special?
Mostly, I'm simply referring to the fact that they're a very regimented and cleanly group of people.
Do I really sound that weird to you guys? Keeping your clothes clean and mended is completely normal to me.
Don't get us wrong. We appreciate the thought, Kisara. But we've got a long journey ahead. It wouldn't hurt to relax your standards. Just a little.
If you're sure. I wasn't trying to overdo it, I promise. However, if it's making the rest of you tense, I'll do my best to tone it down from here on out. Still, if everyone could bring their laundry and clothes they want fixed, that'd be great. I'll take care of it all for you guys tonight.
Don't you ever get tired?
Aquí Sara. Let's fight.
Right, here goes! Rising weapon! Shooter! Step
I got you. I'm not so good with airborne targets.
I'm ready! Look sharp! Lightning tiger blade!
Oh, me saqué su
Got fire!
I've got this. Let a marksman handle.
All yours!
Here's evil. You're going pretty hard in this battle.
I am not usually given to restraint.
Wow! Look what I just found.
No, tratar de ver todo lo que puedo agarrar.
What do you say we check back in on the ranch?
Have you guys checked your equipment lately?
Pues me parece que esta es la entrada de este bosque. Parece. Este lugar Forest. Wow, pues no es tan bosque. Pensé que sería más bosque.
This place gives me the creeps. You really think that lord is hiding out here?
No,
Be careful. The air is dense with astral energy. Something's not quite right about this place.
How are you able to pick up on all this stuff anyway? Is it something that all astral arts wielders can do?
I must admit, I'm curious myself. Perhaps her den and bloodline has something to do with it.
Dohalim.
Apologies. I meant no disrespect.
Stay alert, everyone. There's a good chance that she already knows we're here.
Something feels odd here. Be on your guard.
¿Cuánto vamos de stream?
I suppose if you're a lord going into hiding, a forest is one place to turn.
We don't know for sure she's here. Keep looking.
Parece que el levedor está atorado. Bueno, que le hicieron los Renans. No podremos avanzar a menos que encontremos otro camino. ¿Por qué no buscamos algo que sea útil? No, una idea. Tal vez podremos encontrar otro camino para bajar. Ay, pero ya son las 12:24, ¿cierto? Lo voy a dejar aquí. Estuvo bueno, pero ya es tarde. No me fijé en la hora. Voy a dejar aquí. Gracias a Nina que se dio una vuelta y nos vemos en el próximo stream. Espero mañana jugar más temprano. Nos vemos en el próximo. Siempre sean hardcore.